Greetings, everyone. Tarot from the Divine here with your weekly reading, which will go from today, June the 15th, through Saturday, June the 21st. So let's see what we've got going on. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule and day to listen to my readings. I do hope that you find, either something that resonates for you, or at least, it's entertaining for you. I truly do appreciate you. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Spirit, what do the collective need to know for this week? What energies are coming up that collective needs to be aware of for this next week? Okay. We have a message. Okay, one flipped here. There we go. We have poverty. What else? False person. Ah, boy. Of course, it fell down on the floor. Wealthy man. And despair. These are different cards than we've had recently, so maybe we've got a new energy pattern coming in. Let's see. All right, Spirit, what about this message? What kind of a message? Who's it from? What's it about? So we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, when it's in the upright, is illusions or lots of choices. So a message could be coming in that someone has a lot of options. In the reverse, it can still mean illusions. Someone could have their heads in the clouds, or they're too focused on something in the supernatural. Okay? Cups is emotions, relationships, or spiritual matters. The eights are about self-reflection or knowledge. And they're affiliated with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, water sign. So being affiliated with self-reflection and knowledge, this person is all in their head about something. They've got a bunch of things running around in their head about, let's see if I can get this further up. Hang on. They're in their head about, let's see if I can get more of the thing. You've seen the date, so there we go. That's better. They are all in their head about some type of option or some decisions that they're going to have to make. And it is truly occupying their every waking moment. And it's about this message. So this message could be a positive message, that there's a bunch of things coming in and they have to make a decision. And the negative aspect of it would be that, they're just overwhelmed. What else, Spirit? Okay. So, and on the bottom we have the Seven of Wands, which is overwhelming problems. Wow. So they're overwhelmed by some kind of a problem and they're getting a message about it and they don't know what to do. We've got the Two of Wands, which this person is receiving good advice, and it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's about partnerships and balance, and it's about goals, creativity, and passions, but there's advice and it's a partnership. Okay, it could be a romantic partnership, being that it's wands. And they're getting good advice, but they are all in their head about all of the options. I get the feeling they're trying to get out of something. They've received this message and they're trying to get out of it. And we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse, which is, power struggles, action, and conflict. It can also mean that conflicts are ending, but the conflict will only end when they make the decision on their options there. So they're weighing their options. Okay, what else, Spirit? And when I say negative, I mean challenging. I should start saying challenging. Because it's not necessarily negative. It's a challenge. We have the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who's emotionally sensitive. Being a knight, though, they are sort of immature in when it comes to affairs of the heart. They could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They have a lot of spirit and a lot of energy. And this could be who is receiving this message, this Knight of Cups. And then we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, they're struggling with making a decision and they need some space to think about it because they're all in their head, like I said. They're in their head, like I said. Anyway. So somebody's gotten a message about something that has to do with emotion. Since it is the cups, they've gotten a message. There could be, this person could have multiple partners, or it's something to do with emotions and, affairs of the heart, but they need to make a decision and they don't know what to do, and it sounds like they're trying to avoid it. What about this poverty, Spirit? How does that play? How does that figure in with the poverty? We've got the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is someone is content in their emotions, in their relationships. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces again. 9 is about the final hurdle, reflecting on what it took to get here, the obstacles that they've had to overcome. and they're experiencing life as a celebration. Okay, how does that fit in with poverty? Oh, again, throw it on the floor. Hang on. Okay, this is literally how I picked them up. They were laying like this. Let's see here. We have the Chariot. So the Chariot in the upright is take charge and reach for the stars. It's Cancer influence. And it's about progress and determination and focusing on the objectives, but also it could be travel. Something could be traveling towards this Nine of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. Could be a new trip of some sort or an adventure. And it goes right along with the Chariot of travel. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. And a page is very young energy. It's a new beginning, a fresh possibility. And it's goals, creativity, and passions. So what that still doesn't tell me what it has to do with the poverty, though. Then we have the Queen of Coins in the reverse. Okay, so queens are about feelings, relationships, and self-expression. In the reverse, this queen is going to be selfish, going to be all about her, a lack of balance. So there's your poverty right there. This queen wants to do this stuff in this relationship, but there's no money for it, is what I'm getting. We have Ten of Swords on the bottom, which is unable to move. It can indicate betrayal, but in this instance, it's more like, it's kind of like the Eight of Swords, unable to move, not the blocked in. What else do we have here, Spirit, about this poverty? Okay. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. So we have a Queen of Coins and a King of Wands. And wands are about goals, creativity, and passions. And the Queen of Wands is about material things. And this king could be having unreasonable expectations along with this queen, who it's all about her. And this king is she's expecting this king to handle this, and this king has unreasonable expectations, and it's going to put them into poverty. Anything else about this one before I move on? All right, so now we're getting to a false person. What about this false person, Spirit? Who is it? Death. So it's an ending and the beginning of a new cycle. And that's what death is. It's endings and beginnings. Swift change brings new beginnings. Okay, so this false person could be being found out. Who's the false person? Three of Coins. Now the 3 is about growth and teamwork. So this could be a group of 3 people, and learning or developing new skills or abilities. And since it's coins, it's material matters, so it could be money, career, health, or material possessions. And it's earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So it could be that one of these team players is a false person and is going to end this group. Tell us more. Can we get clarification on that? King of Cups in the reverse. So we've got 3 kings out here, right? Do we only have 2? King of Cups in the reverse. So this is going to be, normally the King of Cups in the upright is someone who has their emotions in check. They're very loving. They're very, they're a provider. They are very emotionally stable. In the reverse, they're not emotionally stable. They can be moody. They can be on emotional overload, which back here, stop and think about it, this person back here who is acting like a Knight of Cups, which is a younger energy. The actual energy could be a King of Cups, which is, the fatherly type figure. And they're on emotional overload. They've gotten themselves into something that they don't know how to get out of now. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Kings are about results and practicality, or how to do something. Okay? And their emotions are they're moody. Yeah, they're all in their head over here. And they could be a false person. This King of Cups could be part of this threesome. A threesome. And it's regarding finances. Huh. Let's continue. I wonder. Remember a few weeks ago when we were getting it, first doing these, and the first 2 weeks were about this partnership, and there was someone involved in a 3-way relationship, and they were using company funds to embezzle. Okay, this could be, I'm not going to say it is for sure, but it sure is kind of sounding like this could be as that has progressed. So people are finding out, and they've issued a message, and the false person is going to be found out. What else, Spirit? And it does have to do with financial matters, because the 3 of Pentacles showed up, and that's a partnership of 3. So let's see. Anything else on this false person, Spirit? Clarify some more, please. Okay, that's all you're going to give me? All right. Let's go on to the wealthy man then. What about the wealthy man? So for the wealthy man, we've got the Five of Wands, which this person needs to stand up for themselves. This wealthy man needs to stand up for themselves. It's about goals, creativity, and passions. Five of Wands is instability and conflict. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. But they are in the middle of a conflict, and they are going to have to stand up for themselves. And then we have Temperance, which is someone is coming in to balance this out. Could be a Sagittarius. And it's about negotiation or balance. So they are going to have to stand up for themselves and learn how to negotiate their way out of it or balance. They're going to have to make some sort of, there could be some kind of a concession has to be made. And they're being guided to find peace. And then we have the Emperor in the reverse. Okay. So not only are they having to stand up for themselves, they've got their Emperor turned over, and they're bossy and controlling, and they don't want to listen to what anyone else has to say. And the thing is take control, you are protected, but they want to control everything, and they're going to have to make some kind of a concession here. And this is about order, power, and boundaries. So this wealthy man is in a conflict, doesn't like it, and so he thinks that the resolution to this could be him bossing everybody around and controlling the situation, which in effect is probably going to make it worse. Anything else on this, Spirit? And this person could be this false person. And they're trying, you know how when someone gets found out, then they puff up and, oh, it wasn't me, and blah, 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 and they start pointing fingers all around and try to divert attention from themselves. That could be what's going on here. You know, and since this is a reading for collective, it is, you know, it's kind of going to be all over the place because it's not a specific reading for a specific individual. So some of this may resonate with you, some of it may not, all of it may resonate, or none of it may resonate. And all of that is perfectly fine, but only take what resonates for you and leave everything else for someone else. And if it doesn't resonate at all for you, I hope you're enjoying the reading because it's for entertainment purposes only anyway, right? Anything else? Okay. We've got the Hierophant, which is a teacher. There's some sort of power behind the scenes, possibly, that this wealthy man doesn't know about. Could be unity, marriage, or education. Since the first card was Cups, and we've had Cups throughout, I'm going to say that this is more unity in marriage, but the education could be that they're going to learn a lesson out of this, and make the most of your gifts. And then we have the King of Coins in the reverse. So, yeah, this wealthy man, not only has he got his Emperor in the reverse, and he's in conflict, now he's got his King of Coins in reverse. And so he could be being corrupt, greedy, and unethical, which goes with that storyline that we had a few weeks ago of the partnership that someone was being greedy and unethical. They were using company funds to finance their third-party romance, and they were going to be found out. Well, now we have advanced to the point that it looks like they are being found out. And now this is this is what they're going through as they are being found out. What else, Spirit? I tell you, it's like a little soap opera here. As the tarot turns. We've got the Knight of Swords. So yeah, knowledge. Some sort of truth is going to come in. Balance of power. And then we have this. It came out on the fence. And it's a Knight of Coins. Now, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And in the upright, it means that money is incoming. But in the reverse, which is how I'm feeling called to take it, someone's stuck financially, lack of inspiration, so they don't have any new financial prospects. And it's definitely money and material possessions, career, health. So, yeah, this wealthy man is stuck. Is being bossy and overbearing. And the truth is coming in, which is not what they want. Okay, what about this despair now, Spirit? Okay, we've got the High Priestess in the reverse. So someone's delusional. They're in despair. Secrets are being revealed. Whatever was done in the dark is now being exposed. And they don't want to believe the spiritual side. What else, Spirit? And I might mention that anyone that gets a personal reading from me, this is the type of a reading you'll get. And then I'll do, another deck of cards just for clarification or verification. And then, I'll do an oracle or the angel cards or angel numbers or something like that. So this is very representative of a personal reading that you would receive from me, just, with your personal question. And my fees are very nominal. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email that you'd be interested, and, let me know if you're interested in the angels and servants reading or a tarot reading or both, and I'll email you back with the fee and all of that. Like I said, it's a very nominal price. So I believe in not charging, overcharging for my readings. I believe that everyone should be able to afford it. So I'm going to quit with that, but just wanted to get that out there. Now we've got the 10 of Wands. So heavy burdens, possibly taking on others' burdens, but this person has enough of their own burdens. They shouldn't be taking on anyone else's. And 10s are about completion, and it's goals, creativity, and passions. So this person is in despair. They've got so many burdens on their mind that they just can't function, and it's showing in their finances because they don't have anything new coming in. And that's going to end up putting them in poverty. And, if this wealthy man is not the false person, then somebody is, and he needs to find out who it is and set this all straight. And like I always say, none of this is permanent. Okay, all you have to do is change how you are reacting, change what you're doing, change something, and these cards can come out totally different. Okay, what else about this despair? Okay, 2 cards, that's it. Okay. I got, yeah, that's it, because you've already blah, blah, blah. Spirit. What else do we have here? We're gonna do the yin and yang oracle. And this could be just a little bit of insight as to what they're thinking or what it's really about. That the tarot, it covers it, but this, you know, kind of just gives a little more clarity. Okay, what about this message, Spirit? All right. We've got yang, masculine energy, logical, confident, assertive, protective, wounded, controlling, aggressive, and egoic. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting, especially with the wounded, controlling, and aggressive, and the egoic some. But yeah, they've got this message, and now they're trying to control the situation, and that has come out. What else, Spirit? Anything else about that? These cards are slippery. Okay, what about this poverty then? Okay, someone, inner child, coping mechanisms, learned behaviors, self-discovery, inner child healing. So they have some sort of something, and that has come out as well with all the knights, that they are acting sort of in a childish way. And then family and foundation, commitment, home, marriage, celebration, and security. And with this king and this queen both being in the reverse, they're both acting sort of childish. Their family and their marriage could be at risk. Anything else about this one, Spirit? Especially if it's a third-party situation. Got abundance and windfall, gifts, celebration, promotion, opportunity, successful ventures. And it falls under the poverty. It could be that this abundance is happening, but the amount that they are owing for this third-party relationship and the fact that they don't have anything new coming in, they could be faking and saying, hey, I got a bonus and blah, blah, blah. And they are overspending, because that came out as well. They are overspending and trying to make it look like they are abundant, when in actuality they are going deeper and deeper into the hole. What about this false person? Person, nurture and protective, compassion, love, sincere feelings, wants to take care of you. Well, that's what they're going to tell you, but they're a false person. So they're going to be very convincing. They're going to try, and you got spirit guides. Trust your spirit guides. Look for signs and synchronicities. Ask your spirit guides to help you. If you are in this situation, ask your spirit guides to help you know the truth from the lies or untruths. What else, Spirit? Self-care, energy, low energy, depleted, cleansing, wanting time alone, recharge, and retreat. Well, yeah, that's what they're going to be wanting to do. Good grief, they're running around here. They've got a third-party relationship going on. They're lying to people. They're being a false person. They don't have any money coming in. Yeah, they're going to be low on energy. No doubt about that. What about this wealthy man? Okay, closed off, guarded, resistance, pride, defensive, wounded, warrior. That is the Emperor in the reverse and the King of Coins in the reverse right there. They're closed off and guarded. Wanting to control everything. Don't bother them. Just obey and don't ask questions. What else, Spirit? Got the North Node, destiny, fate, evolution, finding life path, karmic challenges, and rewards. So yeah, they've got karmic challenges. I would say that's what all of this is a karmic challenge. What are they going to do? If they get through it right, if they get through it right, and if they, are able to come through this, then their karmic, it could be a karmic reward. Otherwise, they will continue to have challenges until they learn their lessons, which is signified by the Hierophant. What else, Spirit? Wish fulfillment, success, achievements, and a happy outcome. Well, that's what they're shooting for. It just depends on how they react as to how it's, or maybe they're delusional enough that they think they're going to get it. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. Everything's fine. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, what about this despair, Spirit? Distance, time out, retreat, again with the retreat, and blocked, emotional or physical distance. This person is off to themselves. They don't want to associate with anybody. They're trying to work it out in their head, and they are totally bogged down. I would look for a person that is going around being very depressed, or you can see signs that they're trying to put a happy face on, and they're trying to cover, but inside they are a hot mess. What else, Spirit? Self-worth, healing unworthiness, expectations, and values. And that's what they need to do. They need to do this self-worth healing. But with being in despair, they do not see their self-worth, or they have an exaggerated self-worth because they are going around with their Emperor in the reverse and their King of Coins in the reverse, and they're being very demanding and controlling and showing people that they have self-worth, and by golly, they're just, they're just going to tough it out. Okay. Oh, that goes over here. Okay. So we have renewal, spark, new life, fresh starts, rejuvenation, healing after crisis, and sacral chakra. So they're going to need to do this, or they're in their despair, they may try to take off and start a new life. They may just take what they've got and leave and start over somewhere else because this is too much. And that's how they would get out of it. Anything else, Spirit? The timing card is summer. Activity, goals, progress, life force energy, new pet, or turns. Turns as in the birds. So those are around water generally. So this could be in the summertime, which we are fast approaching summer solstice. Isn't that June 21st? It's like a week from, that's when this ends. This ends on the 21st. Interesting. Okay. So that's where we are with that. So now let's get some angel numbers. See what the angels have to say. We haven't done these in a long time. And if you're still here, I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like, comments, share, subscribe. Subscribe, notification bell. And let's, but if you could, maybe if you're still here, if you could comment with a green heart, that would be great. That way I know that you're listening to the whole reading. You're not just hitting it and leaving. So we have 444, which is change, strength, and love. The angels are now surrounding you, reassuring you of their love and assistance. Don't worry, because the angels are by your side to help you. And remember back here it is, spirit guides under this false person. So for you to know who the spirit guides are, you might be seeing, or for you to know who the false person is, trust your spirit guides, ask them to help you. And you might be seeing a lot of fours. Next card, 2299. A stunning reversal. Confidence, divine guardianship, transformation, and strength. If you have recently faced a loss of job, love, etc., expect it to be replaced shortly, and you doubt whether God has forgotten you. No need to worry. Feel that the energy of your love goodness, I can't read. Feel that the energy of your life right now is forward going. You didn't have recent losses because you were being punished, but the universe is preparing new things for you. So, yeah, the universe is showing you this false person, showing you how they truly are, so that you can move on, heal, and move on to something better. Because the universe isn't doing this to you, it does it for you. And what you've got right now is not what the universe has planned for you. And then 6677, keep your form, continuation, positivity, protection, and kindness. It means that your thoughts and work in the material world are right on target, and you have successfully balanced your thoughts and activities and taken care of your body, mind, and soul. Well done. Keep it up. So you are doing, collective, you are doing what you need to do for you. Okay? what this other person is doing is they're trying to keep you from doing that, and they want you to come over to the dark side, over where they are, and, you know, swim in their cesspool. So, and that's never a good thing. So keep doing what you're doing. You might see combinations of any of these numbers, 444-2299 or 6677. You might be seeing a bunch of those. And then finally, let's listen to the ancestors. See what the ancestors have to say about the situation. They're usually pretty relevant. They're one of my favorite go-tos. Okay, so we'll just pick one out of the middle. Creature of water, creative expression. Let's see how that relates. 29. So, creature of water, creative energy is all around you. Use your imagination to get unstuck. Follow your inspirations and allow your emotions to fuel your pursuits. Romantic or creative, your heart energy is blossoming. This is a time of heightened and creativity with potential for breakthroughs. This idealistic and compassionate animal spirit ancestor is coming forward can be a good thing if there is something or someone you've been waiting for. But moving too fast can lead to recklessness. Pace yourself. You are obsessed and seeking fulfillment. You have the potential to get sloppy. Hasty decision-making can block your flow. So they're saying basically don't jump from the fat into the fire. The creature of water is the Akan animal spirit, the Sankofa heron bird. They come forward with the lucky energy of the Ghanaian goddess of the harvest, Asazi Afua. Sankofa means we must go back to get it. Sankofa here is the animal spirit that connects the past, present, and future. So you may have to go back to before all of this started, to where you were whole and healthy, and you may have to go back and get that. And, you know, there's the saying, in order to get past it, you have to go through it. And you may have to go through it to go back, and then come back through it, which you already know what you're looking at, come back through it to this side to where you can move forward. Take time to experience. Creature of water saves us from ourselves with fairy tale knights in shining armor energy, saving the damsel in distress. Are you moving too fast to reap the benefits of your blessings? My child, how can you go back and reap your harvest? And then the shadow aspect of this is a relationship may be fizzling out or stagnant. You may be stuck in the past. Heartbreak and betrayal may be on the horizon. Right here. So it could be you that's stuck in the past. You're stuck in this relationship and you don't see a way out. And you're going to have to go back and reap what you had back then in order to get you through to get to your future. Tarot correspondence is the Knight of Cups, and the declaration is, I am a creative force. So folks, that's your reading. That's all I have for this one. Thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Share with your friends and family, especially if it resonates with you for someone. Share it with them so that they can get this message. And hey, until next time, have a great day.